3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to continue where we left off. I'm going to go start farming these sick crops in this super cool crop field. This is Vishnu, a character who I have mixed feelings about.
Okay, kind of same for me, because like I like his style.
I like him okay. Also, look at this sick blue void. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm skipping through all this, it's because he's just telling you how to make common sense decisions in a Harvest Moon type game, so.
Which is kind of funny because his character, or like the character himself, like, isn't really much for common sense. Like,
yeah.
in certain situations, let's just say. That's one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of his character.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like his romance events. Let's just say you don't want to share a bank account with this guy.
Yeah. Also, if you notice, the textures are upscaled now, so they look really good. Like, do you see how it looks sharper and stuff?
Looks pretty nice.
I know, right? Yeah, I didn't want to do too much because in certain late game areas I figure it's gonna lag. But I turned it up to like ×3, the graphics quality, and as you can see, I'm trying to pick up this herb, but because he's a fatty, he won't move out of the way. Also, I dash a lot. It's a speedrunning habit, so don't mind that. Like, again, I'm not gonna break this game super hard. There's like a massive game break I can do, and I'm gonna show it off, but I'm not gonna go super into it because I don't want to actually mess up the economy too much. That's a Mother 3 reference, by the way. And he's basically just telling you, oh hey, you've got stamina and you got health, so don't die. Now he's like, go farm.
Because the prince is expected to do hard labor.
It is true. I like rocks. That time I picked it up.
You know, looking back at this, because like, I've been in more of like a Harvest Moon kind of mood, and it just feels weird, like, looking back at this, because for whatever reason, whenever you pick up items in Trio Towns, like, I don't know why, but it just kind of automatically goes into your inventory.
Mostly, I really don't like that, right? Because like, I get it because like throwing things is like a thing in this game, like it's a combat mechanic as well as like you can throw things to monsters that are kind of dangerous, like when you're trying to train them or whatever. But like just holding things above your head and like being able to place them down still kind of makes sense in a way. Oh yeah, I love farming. It's awesome. Alright, so yeah, basically lore lesson here. Earthmates are basically just like the shamans of this world. They're cool with nature, and plants love them, and monsters to an extent.
Basically, farmers.
And Venti just tried to do some magic judo to stop our amnesia, but if that was the case, the game would be over in 5 minutes, so we're not gonna do that.
Not necessarily, maybe he wants to stay friends.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he does, but like... Alright, now this is a montage where we meet everybody in town, but we're not actually meeting everybody because when we go back and talk to them later, they're gonna have all the, like, the, oh, nice meeting you dialogue. Also, hey guy I hate. Look, we love you, Keel.
He's the best character.
Yeah, Blue and I have a hatred for this character because he's really annoying and proceeds to mess everything up. That's Granny Blossom, she's a badass. And that's Doug, we don't like Doug. Nah, actually Doug's okay. Doug's alright. He's an asshole, but for a good reason. Not gonna spoil that. You think I'm scrolling through the dialogue a little too fast and I should like taper it down a little bit? Hey, looks the worst Spondo. Actually, I take that back. Leon exists.
And what about Keel?
Okay, him too. But I don't really consider him a person. So.
Okay.
Can I just say I really love the I'm serious rumble when her text goes by. Alright, and now here we see the smartest political decision in the face of all history. Surely nothing can go wrong.
I mean, there's a reason for why he does this, but you don't find that out if you're playing as a guy. So
Wait, what's the reason?
do you want me to actually spoil it here?
Like, because I just skipped through this dialogue when I did my girl playthroughs.
Well, you don't learn it like here, like you learn it in his events.
What's the reason?
I'll tell you.
By the way, don't choose the other two options because they just take you into more text dialogue, so I'm not gonna bother. Because it's more just like, hey, you should totally accept the job, and it just does that twice, so you just say that, even though it's kind of rude.
What's wrong?
So basically, this is just a pep talk. We're gonna have several more of these before the game's over. Oh, by the way, Blue, we're gonna clear out the first dungeon on day 2. It's really easy. Like, actually, though. You can do it with the basic gear and...
That's not that hard of a dungeon. Yeah, I'll give Arthur his, I guess, proper introduction. Actually, do you even talk to him, like, after this?
I talked to a few people, I just see, like, littering around the square, and I grab a couple of items, because, like, there's some freebies that I just go ahead and get because they're close enough. Like, for example, we're gonna just talk to Meg here. Yeah, Meg's a bit of a freak, but I like her. Meg's weird. That one dialogue where Meg gets in real close is super weird, by the way.
There he is. Alright, so...
Also, if you heard that crackle, by the way, that was it. That's the reason why we don't play the cutscenes.
Yeah, just a little background on Arthur. I don't even know if, like, do you even know about the romance events or, like, the...
Isn't his, like, the one with the rock?
The Rock? You mean, like... Are you talking about the cave?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, yeah.
Yeah,
No, like, the
why not?
one, like, it's, like, close to the first dungeon. It's a big rock wall that's been, like, sealed off or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, he technically came here, like, to be the prince, right?
Yeah.
Like, the main reason, or let's do, like, one of his main reasons for being here is because it's a place that, like, his mother used to, like, take him to and whatnot when he was younger. Like he and his mom and his dad, like, would come here, like, on vacation and blah, blah, blah. And he wanted to, I guess, find out a bit more about his mother because, like, she, like, okay, you know how it typically is, like, with the stories of, like, bastard children, essentially?
Yeah.
Where you have, like, the royal side of them are like, oh my gosh, like, this child is, like, worthless and they're not as good as us, and, like, you know how it's, well, it's kind of the reverse here, like, where instead of, like, the royal side, like, being, they love, like, they care about him, but the poor side of his family is, like, it's supposedly his mom hated him. Like, he thinks his mom
Okay.
hated him. And he kind of wants to, like, essentially find out about this.
Okay.
So,
Oh, by the way, we just took a quest from the best waifu, Eliza the mailbox. She's awesome. That's just tutorials, don't worry about it. Now we get a bigger backpack. By the way, you have a smaller backpack size before this, but it's really arbitrary because it just gives you the points anyways.
this is probably, like, this playthrough is probably gonna be rife with spoilers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna try like, okay, for the sake of clarity, nothing related to the main plot, alright?
Yeah.
Nothing
like,
related
I'm
to
just gonna talk about-
related to like the
Yeah, I'm just
beyond
gonna talk
Arthur, who we've already spoiled, but we're not gonna talk to him that much. None of the main bachelors or bachelorettes.
I mean, it doesn't even matter because you don't even learn this as a male character.
By the way, bean toss contest, best one to invest in. Just
Like,
saying.
if you really wanted to see, like, any kind of playthrough, like, where you actually go and watch, like, all of these different romance events and whatnot, this is not the
Yeah, yeah.
for that.
By the way, that's a wand, the watering can, in case you didn't know. The game classifies it as one for whatever reason. That's why, like, certain characters will start out with a watering can as a weapon, because it's considered a wand. By the way,
It's actually one of the better weapons, right? Like, from the beginning. Like,
well, it's one of the. It depends on what build you're going for, because you can get a spell as early as the second dungeon. So if you're going for like a magic build, which I'm not going to because I prefer physical builds in this game, then you can go for that. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going to buy a toy herb seed, which is like a flower, because I'm gonna need it a few days. You're gonna need one in a few days for a request, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grow one right now. This is the Luminata. Well, it's not like I don't actually hate her the same way I hate Keel, because Keel's just actually shit, right? But this, like, Illuminata just does nothing. Literally, the only good thing she does is she helps another character at another point in the story. But other than that, she just kind of is there.
Yes. No. Oh. What?
By the way, I hate how he offers like, "Oh, I'll call you Prince," and like, no, stop.
No.
No.
I'm so sorry. Let's do it.
Give me your flowers. Also, look at these super overpriced things. Late game though, that's like nothing though if you're doing like everything correctly. Because if you either make money through if you make money through either this randomized late game dungeon or you exploit a way that the crafting system works, you can make a buttload of money. So it's not really an issue. Yeah, we love Keel here. Oh, he's so good. Oh, yeah. Alright.
Your other favorite character.
Okay, well, at least the good thing about Forte, though, is she's good in combat and she gives me a free sword and a loaf of bread. So that's basically what I'm okay with.
And that's all you're gonna care about. You're just never gonna.
Well, like, she's okay.
Probably.
But yeah, we don't actually kill monsters in this game. We just kind of send them back to heaven. And then they come back again. That's basically it. Also, we totally don't have a weapon. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the longsword's just straight up better for the incoming fights, so I just say no, so she gives it to me. Also, we're gonna set this to normal, because basically the difference between all the difficulties is, like, normal is what you'd expect. Easy, monsters are brain dead, and then hard, you get stun locked to oblivion, and it's just not fun. It's not even hard, it's just not fun. So we're just not gonna do that. Still there, Blow?
Yes,
Okay, just making sure you got silent.
Reading up this riveting conversation about Keel.
It's literally just because she'll join you from day one regardless of your affection level, so that's why you take her into the first dungeon.
Kill it. So yeah, on to the first dungeon.
Yeah, it's really easy, and actually, even after we beat it, we're gonna go back because you can actually access like I think it's chronologically like the 5th dungeon early. You can't really do much in it since you'll get wrecked if you go in, but you can get like some gold from a chest and stuff, so it's really good. So we can buy some early game materials and stuff. Because Blue, you know how you jump down the super big hole? You can just do that really early. Like, if you go any further than that one room, then you die, essentially, but it's worth going into that room if only for the stuff. Yep. Too bad we're never gonna look at it again.
We're not playing with this girl. We're not going to
Well, I'm sorry.
that cave is really against us right now.
One thing I like about this game is if you take an NPC into the dungeon, they do actually have like one line of dialogue every once in a while. Like, it's nothing like super important, but like, it's a generic line, but like, it's fine. I'm glad they added something so it's not just like, oh, they're just standing there super quiet. Bunch of potions, it's all good stuff. By the way, I was really happy when I got this, by the way, because that cheese, I checked it, it's like 400. I actually had a slight error in recording, and so I had to get rid of something and redo it. But I had a pumpkin flan at one point, and that's like 1800. So yeah, that happened. But now I don't have that anymore. So we're gonna have to make do with a piece of cheese. Trade flan for cheese.
So, I have a question for you.
Sure, hit me up with it.
Obviously, we're not going to be doing like the speedrun traps, but is it more beneficial to have Forte with you, like, and just add the dialogue?
Oh yeah, it's literally because like the 1 or 2 hits she does during the fight helps, and she draws aggro from the boss, so it makes it so you're not as likely to get ganked by it. Because like there's that one kick attack, which if you get hit by it, then you get a bunch of knockback, but she just shrugs it off for the most part. So it's like way good to have it, and plus she'll cover you like your flank when you're like fighting the ants, which are by the way probably the worst thing in the entire dungeon. And by the way, in this dungeon, fun fact, there is a guaranteed withered grass spawn on day 2. Because there's like these hidden item spots, right, where you can find items every day, and they respawn like every time you enter and exit the room in various intervals. I think it's like it checks for like a random tick, and if you're on that tick when you enter the room, it gives it to you. So I go and get ahead and get a couple of them because they're good since they revive the soil when you till it back in. Later on, I would just do that with corn, but when you don't have much money early game, that's basically the best thing you got. Yeah, she also heals you too, so like you don't need to eat an herb. So.
Quite a few of them can actually heal. So I don't remember... I don't think everyone can heal, right, or can they?
Not everyone can heal, I believe. And some people, like Margaret, have like a specialized healing spell, like she has the rainbow. So. And I do this like 1 or 2 more times, I think. Yeah, like, normally I would just use potions, but like we're not to the point where a potion's actually worth it, so I'm saving it for the second dungeon where we're gonna actually have the health pool necessary to take advantage of it. Yeah, I'm trying to get a couple more levels because it'll give me some marginal health increases that help with the fight. You don't need it, and you can actually just rush straight to the final boss, but for the sake of not looking like a baddie and like just dying to the first boss after being super confident, I decided to grind.
Would you only do that with speedrunning?
Because like you can straight up just go to it, and like it's relatively easy, but I don't want to make a fool of myself after it's like, oh, it's super easy, Blue, don't worry about it. You can see how I hesitate with that boob, but I'm just gonna sell it anyways. Well, I mean, it's worth like 1 gold. I'm not gonna say no to 1 gold. Yeah, it's the boss room. Although I go in and out of this room 1 more time just to get a little bit more XP, I believe. Spooky. And yeah, I'm also doing this for some upgrade materials, because each enemy in the game has like a couple materials they can drop, and they're basically separated into different subcategories like strings, horns, etc. And you need them for various weapons. And later on, when I make a better weapon to replace the crappy broadsword I have right now, then I'm gonna have to have some materials necessary to do it. By the way, that's one of the only things that can actually damage her in the dungeon, by the way, and that was only because it got a lucky crit, so... Because, like, I believe in a couple seconds here, she's gonna get normally charged by one, and she's actually gonna do nothing. Yeah, like, see, like, that attack she does helps a lot with the AoE, so, like, it's good. Yeah, that's really fast.
It's still going.
I know, like, because, like, it's supposed to, like, when it normally writes to the SD card or whatever, when you're have it in the natural 3DS, it's way slower because it has to, like, manually write it, but when you do it on the computer, the process is way faster. So it doesn't even get a chance to finish the jingle. Yeah, see, that attack is terrible, but she draws the aggro for it, so... Also, that's the worst attack she has by far. If you get caught in that, it's almost an insta-death. That one's almost as bad, but only because the tail is actually much larger for it is it not, like, the worst thing ever. I did that for safety. Like, see, like, I almost died to that alone. That's how stupid that is. And I did that out of panic. If it was one thing I hate is that the first time you beat any given boss, like if that's not like a story boss, you don't get the drops. I find that really annoying. And here's Amber, by the way. She is the first of many people we're going to meet. Amber is a special child.
She's a pretty little butterfly.
Oh, I love her. Oh, she's a little cinnamon roll. She's great.
But she's not the boss of the first dungeon.
Also, her own arc's kind of sad, actually. Like, she's actually, hilariously, despite the fact that she's kind of, like, baity, she actually has, like, one of the better fleshed out stories out of all the, like, the potential bachelorettes.
Yeah. I find that kind of cool, but, like, a lot of their looks can be pretty deceiving.
Yeah. I think that's kind of meant to be the intent, really. Because, like, you'd think Forte would be really interesting, honestly. She's not.
I mean, heck, even Keel has a pretty interesting, like, backstory and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not that I even want to go for him, but...
Yeah. Alright, it's gonna be... The video's gonna be ending in a second here, because, like, I was like, oh, hey, this is a good stopping point. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. Part 3 will probably be out, like, I don't know, like, a day or two after this. So, thanks for watching. This is Draco, and goodbye. Say bye, Blue.
Bye.